Hey guys, welcome back to the Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today. Today I'll be taking a look at the Doors self-titled 45 from Analogue Productions. I have a couple of other earlier audiophile editions to compare it to, so stay tuned for that. Before I get started, if you are new or haven't already, please hit like, subscribe, and notification. Doing so will really help out the channel, and you'll get notified of any new content that comes up. So that's a good thing. My interest in the Doors 45 started a couple of months ago. If you've been following my videos, you know I did a review of the Doors LA Woman. And to say I was impressed was an understatement. I thought it was fantastic and was very anxious to get a couple of more from the series. So I decided to go back to the beginning and started with the Doors self-titled and Strange Days. I'll cover Strange Days in another video. But today I'm going to give my impressions on the sound between the 45, the 1981 original master recording from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, and the DCC Compact Classics from 1992. So this is the first one I put on. This I've had in my collection since the early 80s, and it has to be mastered by Stan Ricker from the original master tape, pressed on JVC Supervinyl, and was the first audiophile edition of this album to come out. And early Mobile Fidelity sometimes gets accused of smiley face EQ. They boost the EQ on the top and the bottom to make it sound more impressive, especially on systems of the time. Over the years, people have complained that it sounds a bit unnatural. Personally, I always liked the sound of this record, and I don't think it's as heavy-handed as some of the early ones that do suffer from that EQ boost and mid-range suck-out. This one sounds good, and it still sounds good. It sounds different from the other two, but it sounds good. It's still impressive. I like the crystal clarity in the top end. I like that it's a fresher tape. You can really hear the transparency in the tape. A little bit of boost on the bottom is welcome. Overall, it's an engaging presentation. When I compared it to the DCC, which I put on next, the EQ differences became very apparent. The DCC is mastered from the original master tape by Steve Hoffman. It's on an all-tube system. And, when you master an all-tube system, you get a warmer tonal balance. And this has a more lush, organic presentation compared to the MoFi. It's more natural sounding. And by contrast, it makes the MoFi sound a little unnatural, if not hi-fi and exciting. This is a little warmer, more natural, more lush, more organic. It sounds right. Does it sound like an original? I don't know. I don't have an original to compare. But if you want to compare an original, I suggest you hold out for a Monarch pressing, what's known as a Monarch pressing. That supposedly is the best of the original pressings, and probably sounds fresher, more natural than all of these. But I don't have one to compare. I'm just comparing these audiophile editions. So far we have the nice clinical clarity of the MoFi, the lush, organic DCC. The 45 is mastered by Doug Sax. Done at 45, obviously, it gains in spaciousness, dynamic range, separation of instruments. There's only one thing about this 45 that I can say. It is taken from a safety tape. It's not the original master tape. So I'm not sure when the safety tape was made, but it doesn't sound like it was a detriment to this record at all. Maybe just because it's a copy, There's a little bit of reduction in the clarity in Jim's voice, but that's it. I mean, overall, this is the best presentation. It takes the clarity, the impact, the transparency, natural tone of the DCC, and improves on all of it. It sounds really good. It's going to be my go-to for sure. It's just more immersive. It sounds like it's wrapping around you, like you're live in the studio. And that's something I really want to get with when I hear a Doors album. I want to feel that live feeling, and this one has it in spades. Very, very impressive. I don't think there's any real drawbacks to the 45 at all, unless you don't like flipping, in which case you may want to choose one of the other ones. But if you want the ultimate sound for a Doors self-titled, the 45 is probably the way to go. It just sounds right when the other two have a little too much flavor. This one a little too warm and lush, this one a little too cold and clinical. So this combines the best of both worlds, and you get everything that you should, plus the advantages of the 45. So it's a win-win. I think the 45 is the way to go. It's only $60. You know, try finding an original Monarch pressing for $60. I don't know if you do find one, if it'll even be in good shape. So, you know, these things got played to death, and it's hard to find, getting harder and harder to find original pressings in good shape. So this is a welcome release. It's a great series. I'm looking forward to reviewing Strange Days as well. If you have any of these pressings, if you want to comment, please leave comments in the section below. Until next time, I'm Scott for the Pressing Matters. Have a great day.